Week 5, production and quality control. Production is where brands quietly lose profit consistently, but they don't realize it until it's too late. Margins aren't lost in marketing, they're lost in production. So if you're scaling your brand and it's starting to feel all a little bit chaotic, your production system is broken. So welcome to week 5. Today, we are talking about production and quality control, and this is where brands either become real businesses or stay stuck in their constant reactive mode, because production isn't about making clothes, it's about protecting your margins, protecting your timelines, and protecting your brand reputation. Today, I will walk through why production feels so stressful for most brands and where quality control actually breaks down, and how strong brands create structure without micromanaging the factory. Section 1, the real production problem, is that most brands think production problems start with the factory. They don't. They start with the lack of planning. Production issues usually sound like the factory is late, the quality has dropped, costs went up unexpectedly. What's really happening is that there's no clear production map, no firm deadlines, no cost visibility. So production becomes reactive, and reaction is expensive. Production is not a phase that you just survive and hope for the best. It's a process that you design so you can become automated. Section 2, costing sheets. Know your numbers. Let's talk about costing sheets, because if you don't understand your costs of goods sold, you don't actually know if your brand is profitable or not. A proper costing sheet includes materials, material costs, labor, trims, packaging, overheads. But here's what most brands miss. They only look at the factory price. They don't account for sampling revisions or freight, air and sea costs, duty, delays, reworks, packaging, and they wonder why their margins disappear. Strong brands know their numbers before production starts, and weak brands discover their margins after production ends. And by then it's too late to fix. Section 3, production planning. Structure creates freedom. Let's talk about production planning. Production should never feel vague. You can never ask too many questions. A strong production schedule includes clear milestones, defined deadlines, assigned responsibilities, decision cutoff dates. This is not about being rigid, it's about visibility and commercial decisions, making and commitments. When everyone knows what's going on, what's due, and when it's due, and who's responsible for that, production flows much smoother. Without this, brands rely on constant check-ins, micromanagement, emotional follow-ups, last-minute panics and frustration, and planning doesn't slow you down, it prevents chaos. Section 4, negotiation. Beyond pricing. Let's talk about negotiation, because negotiation isn't just about getting a cheaper price, it's about getting the relationship strong. Negotiation would include your payment terms, your production timelines, your quality expectations, revision allowances within those garment costings, reorder flexibility, repeat brand lead times. Most brands only negotiate once at the very beginning of the process, but smart, strong brands negotiate continuously through the process for clarity, to protect development issues or if development costs rise. Factories respect brands that are prepared, are consistent, and understand the process or keep to a process. Negotiation without leverage is guesswork. Negotiation with structure is transparency, control, drive and power, and most of all, less worry. Section 5, quality control, where trust breaks down. Quality issues don't show up at the end. They show up when expectations aren't documented and processes aren't followed. Communication isn't ongoing and inspections don't happen early enough. Quality control is not about mistrust or chasing. It's about alignment. Strong brands implement checkpoints during production, clear feedback loops, open communication with factories. Waiting until final delivery to inspect quality is one of the most expensive mistakes that a brand can actually make. Quality control isn't a one moment system, it's ongoing. Quality control isn't a one moment action, it's a system that's ongoing. Section 6, this is your mindset shift. Production is not supposed to be a stressful area of your fashion brand development or your collection development. When the systems are clear and you're feeling automated, when production is done right and you're controlled to timelines and frames, costs are predictable, negotiation is clear and present, more opportunities will arise. Quality is consistent, timelines are realistic, and scaling feels intentional. If you're watching this and thinking to yourself, my production feels messy, I don't fully trust the process, I'm nervous every time I place an order, that's exactly what I help my brands solve and become confident in. I offer free consultations where we can review your challenges that I can solve, your pressure points I can relieve, and tell you honestly what is solid within your collection and what is risky, and how your brand can make money. I've pasted the link below, so book yourself in. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for listening. Until the next video, bye-bye for now.